Amanda, I want to play a game.
Perfect, welcome back to my channel. My name is Amanda. As you can see from the title, today's video is going to be a list of 10 horror movies where evil wins. Now, I think that we are used to watching a lot of films, especially horror, of course, that we have the final girl, that she goes against all odds and she wins. And then we have a group of friends that they are able to get successfully out of bad situations. Everyone, and well, not everyone, but a few of them survive. But what about the other side? The films that surprise us to the point that we are pissed because no one survived, that they become cruel, that they leave you mad. They didn't give us what we wanted, and is that the protagonist or the main characters to get out alive of the situation or win. Is what I am bringing today. These are films that one way or another, evil gets its way and it wins. For the sake of the video, I'm going to be talking about these films in chronological order, and I am starting with a horror classic, and it's The Omen from 1976. Now this one follows a mysterious death that surrounds an American ambassador. Could the child that he is raising actually be the Antichrist, the devil's own son? Now, if you saw the first Omen that just come out a few weeks ago, or you have seen this, you know that Damien is the Antichrist, and of course weird things happen, and this video is going to be full of spoilers. By the way, we know that at the end he gets his way and he's the one that survives because he kills anyone that gets in his way and his plans. So we could say that definitely evil wins because the kid survived and he's going around the earth doing things that definitely they aren't good. And moving quickly into the second one of my personal favorites, although this film may not be the best one out there, although the opening scene makes it worth it, and is Ghost Ship. Now this one follows a salvage crew that discovers a long-lost 1962 passenger ship floating lifeless in a remote region of the Bering Sea, and soon notices that its long-dead inhabitants may still be on board. Now this one tricks you because at the end you think that the only survivor, that is the main character, she is well and alive and she was able to defeat the evil. But when she's being retrieved on an ambulance, she sees all of her teammates that one way or another they die throughout the film, and the villain of the whole story. And now of course they are about to continue his plan that he basically has to retrieve souls. So of course I'm not saying anything else in case you want to watch it, but as those last moments, it's like, damn, I thought that she made it, and she doesn't die, but her plan failed because here the bad guy is going to continue his work. So technically evil wins. The next one is The Skeleton Key. I feel that not many people know about this one. This one is actually protagonized by Kate Hudson. Now this one follows a hospice nurse working at a spooky New Orleans plantation home finds herself entangled in a mystery involving the house's dark past. This one, at the end, the woman that she's taking care of, she had the soul of another woman, and she has been passing her soul in other bodies in order to live longer. So that's what she does. But at the end, with Kate Hudson's character, and she switches. So now Kate Hudson's character's soul is on the old lady, and now she's going to live in that body. Well, this woman is now in this younger version and she's going to continue doing her stuff. Now for me, this film is worth watching. Like I said, I don't feel that many people know about it, and if you search it, you're going to see that it has bad ratings. But I would say just ignore them and give it a chance because for me it's worth it. It's pretty creepy and the story is interesting enough, so worth watching. The next one, if you saw my last week video, Dead Silence. Now, Dead Silence follows after his wife meets a grisly end. Jamie Ashen returns to his hometown of Ravensfair to find answers. His investigation leads him to the ghost of a ventriloquist named Mary Shaw, who seems to have ties to his entire family tree. Now, the ending, this woman, that it's the perfect doll created by Mary Shaw, it's able to kill the protagonist and also to complete Mary Shaw's plan that is getting rid of everyone who would harm her and all the descendants. This comes with a huge plot twist and it's a very shocking ending. This is one of my favorites. For me, this is an underrated film. I talked about it last week's video. If you haven't watched it yet, do it because seriously, I am never going to shut up talking about it. I mean, it's on the wall for a reason. I truly love it so much, so if you haven't already, give this one a chance, please. Now the next one is Edon Lake. Now this one follows refusing to let anything spoil their romantic weekend break. A young couple confronts a gang of loutish youths with terrifyingly brutal consequences. This is the type of film that make me feel so damn mad for what happens to this couple. They are torture. They are, I wouldn't say abused, but they are haunted by these teenagers because that's what they are. And since they are to the town, these angelic creatures, they don't do anything wrong. When the woman it's finally getting out of this situation and she gets into a house that turns out to be the family of the leader of the gang, they do not believe her. So what they do, they let her with the gang and they ended up killing her. I was so damn mad because for a moment I thought that she was going to get out alive. But these kids, they are just a menace. They are brutal and cruel and seriously. I was very mad. It's a good film, don't get me wrong. But I was mad because I was really looking forward and rooting for her to get out of this situation. Now the next one is Drag Me to Hell. Now this one follows a loan officer who evicts an old woman from her home, finds herself the recipient of a supernatural curse. Desperate, she turns to a seer to try and save her soul, while evil forces were to push her to a breaking point. Now this is a film that is a guilty pleasure for me because it's a bad film that I can get to hate or dislike. For me, the CGI of this film, it's awful. It's very bad. And once again, just like similar to Edon Lake, you think that she gets out of this awful situation, but at the last minute, everything switches and you realize that she is not in fact safe and she gets literally dragged to hell. But again, the CGI, awful. Seriously, it looks like it was made with PowerPoint. Definitely you wanna maybe forget that little detail that the CGI is not the best one and give this one a chance if you haven't watched it already, because again, this is a guilty pleasure. I admit the film is not good, but for some reason I still enjoyed it and I still like watching it. Now the next one is Oculus. This one follows a recently released inmate from a mental asylum, learns from his sister that the murders he was convicted for committing were actually orchestrated by a supernatural entity, the Laser Glass Mirror. This is a film that instead of making me mad, it made me feel sad because we have this brother and sister. He is being accused of killing his parents. So he's sent to this asylum and he gets out, and while he's been on the inside, his sister has been trying to get with the mirror that they had when they were kids because she knows that the mirror was the reason. And she was right, so she creates this whole plan to bring it out in camera. But she fails at the last moment and the mirror tricks her that she dies, and the way that everything is framed, it looks like he did it. He gets arrested and it's very sad because he was only trying to prove his innocence and his sister was trying to help him and they were unsuccessful. It's pretty sad. The film is also pretty good. It's by Mike Flanagan. He's an amazing director. So it's definitely worth watching, although it has a pretty sad ending. And the first time that I saw it, once again, I was expecting for them to succeed, not for her to die. Now the next one is one that definitely a lot of people like and a lot of people hate with passion, and it's Mother. Now this one follows a couple's relationship that is tested when uninvited guests arrive at their home, disrupting their tranquil existence. This is such a weird film. Like, weird as hell. This is going to make you feel so damn uncomfortable. And once again, I understand why there's so many people that hate it. I am on the middle ground. I do not hate it, but I do not love it either. I had to watch it a couple times actually because I didn't really got everything the first time. It's that type of films that you need to watch a couple times. So this one, really think about it if you want to watch it. If you haven't already, maybe watch the trailer, read a little bit about it, because seriously, this is not for everyone. Because I can't understand why some people will hate this one, because seriously, it's weird as hell. And the last two, I have Hereditary. Now this one follows a grieving family that is haunted by a tragic and disturbing occurrences. Now, if you have been here for a while, probably you already know this, but if not, Hereditary is not my favorite. Like, I prefer Midsommar over Hereditary. That's probably my biggest unpopular opinion and hot take when it comes to horror. I have seen this film like 6-7 times by now, and I still do not like it. I feel bored. I don't really get why there's so many people that love this one, but still, I think that it deserves to be mentioned. It has some pretty creepy moments, and also the ending, because everything starts when the grandma dies, but she was part of this cult, and the kids, they get involved, although they didn't knew what was happening. And by the end, the boy, he's the one that survives all of this, but he gets trapped by the cult, and their plan succeeds, so of course evil wins. So once again, there's a lot of people that love this one. It has been called the best one of the decade, but seriously, I have rewatched it plenty of times, because sometimes people say, oh, you don't like it because you didn't get it. No, I get it. I get the whole story. It's just that for me it's boring. The only thing for me that is could be interesting and shocking is the fact that a head gets out of a body because of a pole. If you know, you know. And that is on the first half hour of the film. Then after that, it's boring. But for me, what really makes worth watching is Toni Collette's performance. She was amazing. But take that away, this film, it wouldn't be as praised as it has been ever since it came out. So that's probably my biggest unpopular opinion. And I'm going to end the list with Speak No Evil. Now this one follows a Danish family that visits a Dutch family that they meet on holiday. What was supposed to be an idyllic weekend slowly starts unraveling as the Danes try to stay polite in the face of unpleasantness. This film is from Shudder. I saw it when it came out 2022. I was, once again, similar to Edon Lake, very mad at the ending. But this one is, if you think that Edon Lake ending is cruel, this one, I think that it's 10 times worse. I was so damn mad because this family, they are weird. So the other family is trying to leave, but they are never successful. So when they finally get out and they try to escape, is when it's revealed that this family, they want their kid. Why? Because honestly, I think that they are just mad. So they take their kid and they kill this couple with rocks. They get them naked in the middle of nowhere and they start throwing rocks at them, but big ones. So of course they get knocked out, and they keep throwing rocks at them although they are laying on the floor naked, hugging each other, because they kind of accepted their faith. And that made me even more mad because I'm like, fight back. Although of course I am not in that situation. Probably I will be doing the same thing. I will be just, let me die already. But seriously, they did not deserve what happened. As for the kid, they take out his tongue so that he cannot speak, and they say that that is his boy to another couple that they meet on a resort. So we know that they are going to continue this cycle. Seriously, so damn pissed. But the film is worth watching, that's for sure. And with this, I end the video and the list. Thank you so much for watching. Of course, there are plenty of other films similar to this. A franchise that could have been included is Final Destination, because essentially the dead always wins. But I have a full list on my Letterboxd profile, so if you want to see it, you can click the link that is down below and you're going to be seeing all the films that I have there. And with this, I end the video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'm going to see you guys on my next one. Bye.
Game over.